Assalamu alaikum. This is our final year project presentation. So our project title is Skills Targeted Assessment and Review. In this project, we have developed a product named Arete. Arete in Greek refers to achieving your highest potential in a certain domain. In our case, it's learning. So what we have attempted in creating this product is that we have combined all the contemporary solutions of educational learning with a very old problem associated with taking assessments, developing scores, and deriving insights from it. So, our main three USPs are a culmination of this very problem that we are catering to adaptive testing, candidate monitoring, and an in-depth analytics section for both students and teachers. Okay, so this is our landing page that I was going through. So once we are through with the landing page, it has an option for you to either sign up or log in. I have already logged in to save time here. Okay, so once we are logged in as a teacher, so we get an option to create assessments. First, I will be showing you how to create one. So here I am entering my assessment title. Please bear with me. Okay, so now I will give it a description. Okay, so now I will be adding some participants. I will be adding from the introduction to computing course. I've added both their sections. Okay, so once they have been added, I can change time to perhaps 20 minutes for my own ease. Now I will selecting the open date and time for the quiz. Okay, yeah. So I've selected line 55 to 12:15. I will be selecting when to release grades immediately after close the date. I have also stopped students from doing their submissions. Now I can trigger adaptive testing and candidate monitoring. Adaptive testing in a nutshell is that once you go through an easy difficulty question, you are promoted to a medium difficulty question. And once through that, you are promoted to a hard difficulty question. If you answer incorrectly, you are demoted to a level. If you correctly answer, you are promoted to another level. And then we finally scale scores. So this specifically caters to students and their learning perspective. Okay, so now I will be selecting questions for my assessment. So now one of our best features is that we give teachers the option to reuse their questions, such as these that I have already used in my previous quizzes. I am selecting them. Just give me a second, please. Yeah, so now I'm also targeting a different skill. Bear with me. The internet connection is rather slow, it seems. So please bear with me. I am now selecting a new topic for its algorithms, perhaps one of my favorite topics. Now we give question types for three type of questions: multiple choice questions, true, false, and short answer questions. I will be showing you further on how are they each graded. Okay, so this is the overview. It has shown me what are the topics covered, what are the total marks, the questions I have selected. The topics, the questions are specifically targeting the skills they are specifically targeting. So to give me an overview, in these, since I'm reusing the questions, I've already defined them. You can see that I've already selected myself some answers and some explanations as well. So I will be moving ahead swiftly on towards now launching the quiz. Okay, let me add an MCQ as well so I can show you how exactly we add a question. So I will write there, who is the Prime Minister of Pakistan? This would be a current question, please. So yeah, who is the Prime Minister of Pakistan? And okay, topic would be history. And let's make it an easy question because this is a fairly easy question to know. We have Mia Shahbaz Sharif, Mia Nawaz Sharif as well. Yeah, I have made a mistake here. So I would be correcting that. Yeah, just a second. Yeah, I think these are enough choices to know. Anyone with a speck of general knowledge in Pakistan would know the correct answer. I've selected it. Yeah, and I've saved it. So now that all these questions have been selected, you can see the updated UI as well for the topics covered, the questions, the correct choices as well. Okay, so now I would be saving it and launching the quiz. Okay, so the quiz has been launched. Rather, you can see on the screen titled demo assessment. It is available to the 21 participants involved in the two sections. Okay, so here it shows the demo assessment that I just created. Okay, moving ahead. The first question is available in computer science. What does the term algorithm refer? It is a step-by-step procedure for calculations. I have selected that, and now I'm going to click next. Okay, HTML is a programming language. Actually, no, it is a markup language. Going ahead, in bigger notation, what is the time complexity of the merge sort algorithm? I would believe it is n log n. Okay, what is the time complexity of the binary search algorithm? Yeah, and now I finally come to a question that I added. It also shows me the timer as well. Well, I have attempted the quiz really fast since I know all the answers, but I can also hide it as well. And I can also navigate through the quiz through the options available at the top in the ribbon menu. Okay, so it shows me if I can go back to those questions as well. But this depends if the teacher has allowed for navigation. Okay, so I can also check all my unanswered questions as well, which is only question number 5. Okay, so yeah, now I can flag these questions as well. Since if I wish to review them again, if I'm not sure about it, I'm not certain about them. Okay, so now selecting my favorite answer. Okay, moving ahead, I am satisfied with my answers. I would like to confirm it. Yeah, it has been confirmed and I have achieved a score of 12. Thank you. Now I will be returning to home. Okay, so now coming back to the teacher's flow. The teacher can now actually also monitor when a quiz is ongoing that who has answered it, who has attempted it. So it shows one submission, which is me, Mohammad Abdul Rafi, and I have submitted my assessment at a given time. I started it when it shows me everything. The rest of them haven't attempted it yet, and there have been zero flaggings since I did not commit any sort of behavioral cheating as well. Okay, moving back now, I would show you how we would specifically grade short answer questions. This is a previous quiz as well. So in this part, you can see that I can see that what a student had answered to a particular question. I can provide them feedback. I can reduce their score. I can increase their score. I can save and move ahead. Once I move ahead with that, it also gives me the pleasure to monitor all the flaggings that have occurred during the attempt of the quiz, such as for Diana Prince, it shows that there are one violation. Okay, so the only violation that she had committed in this, she switched a tab for 26.6 seconds. So if I were a teacher, I could penalize her in this case, and I could confirm a deduction of how many points I want. Uh, Another would be if someone has committed other types of violations, such as these. This guy has been caught actually 5 times tab switching. So that would definitely warranty a penalty from a teacher. Okay, so moving back, I would now wish to show you another feature of ours. Which is to publish grades. So this will send grades to all the students on the emails as well. So yeah, this action cannot be undone. It's once it's committed. Okay, so going back. Okay, now I will be showing you the in-depth analytical process of it entirely. So yes, since that is the quiz that was completely attempted, which we just reviewed, we can see how the overview is, how did individuals perform, and what questions targeted specifically. So in this part, we can see how many students were attempting it, how many students were absent, how many students require attention, who were the top performers, what was the score distribution, what was the topic understanding as well from all the topics that I asked in the question. And I can maybe also see that the most incorrect question as well, since 95% of the people failed at it answering correctly. I can also then see the individual progress of my students as well in a quiz, where I can see that what have they achieved, what are the skill evaluation, what certain question they answered it, like if they answered a certain question correctly, a certain question wrong. So I could know that about my different students. I could know that My student Hannah Lee is very weak in probability distribution as well. So yeah, and now moving on this VAB, you can see that a student of mine is really good in conceptual understanding but lacks in problem solving. They are also fairly average in basic knowledge and critical thinking, but they are definitely lacking in problem solving. So I would recommend them. I would uh, ensure that they catch on with the rest of the class in that certain skill. Okay, now we can also evaluate question wise as well. Each question has been graded, so we know that how students attempted it, how many attempted it correctly, how many attempted it incorrectly. If someone skipped that, what was the average time taken, the average score, the highest score, if certain questions were attempted correctly, and if certain questions were attempted wrong based on the answers. You can also see the distribution that each questions get. Like 53% of the pupils were correct in selecting an answer for this question. 16% selected B, 11% selected A, and further on and furthermore. Okay, so now going towards the student section of the site. Okay, so students also get a great overview of their part. Okay, so yes, this is the entire student in-depth analytical dashboard. They can see what is the performance, if they have improved, if they what is the average score, how many assessments they have attempted, what is their skill evaluation, like if they are good in a certain skill, if they are good in a certain disciple, if they are lacking somewhere, such as the student is clearly like in critical thinking but has absolutely phenomenal problem solving skills as well. Yeah, and then I can review specifically to each quiz how I uh, attempted it. So yeah, what I uh, can see in this question is that there were 6 questions in the assessment. I took a total time of 2 minutes 40 seconds, and I was correct in 5 questions, incorrect in one. So yeah, this shows me that I'm also pretty much good at most technological questions, but I'm pathetic at economics questions. So yeah, this is sort of concerning to me as well. Okay, so this also shows me at below is my web, which shows me that I'm good in basic knowledge and conceptual understanding, but I'm definitely lacking in critical thinking aspect. So this is definitely a place where I would like to improve myself if I were a student. So yeah, this has been the total flow of our student as well. Student can also see what their submission was. They can review the certain submission for the quizzes, like what did they answer, what was incorrect about it, what was correct about it. And for short answer questions, they can also review that what was the feedback they received and what was the difficulty of that question, what was the skill targeted. So yeah, here the teacher has given them a feedback of not even close. So yeah, this is the entire flow that a student can go through and analyze himself, improve himself, build upon his learning. So, bringing you back to the crux of our entire platform, which is just to provide students and teachers with a personalized learning space that helps them grow and develop into better individuals and achieve their Arete, which is their full potential. Thank you. I will be logging out now. Allah Hafiz.